Well, thank you so much for tuning in to Town and Country today, where the women of Northside Baptist Church are here joining me to talk about their Women's Night of Worship. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining me. How are you?
We're good.
Well.
Thank you.
Thank
Awesome.
you for having us.
Of course. All right. So you all have a special night coming up. And Miss Cindy, I want you to just talk about it a little bit. What can people expect for the Women's Night of Worship?
We are very excited. This is a worship service for women that is designed for women, carried out by women. Linda will be our keynote speaker. The date is Thursday, February the 15th. Doors open at 6. The event starts at 6:30.
Okay.
We have a women's mass community choir. If anyone's interested in singing, we would love to have you. Please contact us and we can give you that information. But Linda has such an amazing and compelling story. So we're going to have that mass community choir, a time of fellowship. Invite your friends, invite your girlfriends. Let's have a girls' night out and just enjoy community. I think women are looking for community.
Yes, I agree.
And we try really hard to create that good, safe community. So we're excited about Linda being our speaker this year, and so that's pretty much what you can expect. It starts at 6:30, doors open at 6. There's no cost. You don't have to register. Just show up and be our guest.
I love that. And Ms. Linda, you are the speaker.
Yes,
you have such an inspiring and amazing story. So I want you to just share briefly with our viewers kind of what you are expecting to just speak about at the event.
Yeah, so I have suffered some hard blows and some hard losses in my life, and sometimes I know we all experience losses in our life, but sometimes it was just a very dark season, and I'm just going to share some of that story and then how I've just persevered and gotten through that. My daughter and I, who's 18, we were cycling, training for a triathlon, and we were struck by a full-size truck, and she passed away, and I was injured from head to foot. And so it just was the worst day of my life, which started the worst season of my life. And some things happened after that. My husband of 30 years walked away from our family. Because of the accident, I ended up having to have an amputation after 3.5 years of constant pain and surgeries after surgeries after surgeries. And so I'm just going to kind of walk through that story and through the hardships and how I was able, with the help of many, many people in my community and my church and my workplace, to kind of get through the very dark season of my life.
Okay, I love that. And so I know that that will be very inspiring for women that attend the event. Now, are there any age requirements?
No, any women are welcome to come. It will be open to women. So if moms want to bring their daughters, we'd love to have them.
That's right, we would.
And Ms. Linda, I'm listening to you talk about you having some amputations and things like that, but you look amazing right now,
Well,
and you're just proof that God is real.
Yes, and God has been so faithful through this. And actually, the amputation was the best medical decision I made. I was it was 4 years, and about 2 of those, I was in a wheelchair, on a scooter, on crutches, could not walk because of my injuries. And so I said, I'm done with this. This is not the active life that I was used to. I was used to running, biking, leading a very full life. And so I made the decision to have the below the knee amputation, and it has been wonderful. I have since run a 5K. I have a running blade, and so I am just living life again to the fullest.
Can we just give
her
I
know.
That is so amazing.
Been
God
snow
is great.
skiing with my kids. I have 3
Jesus.
other boys, and so I'm very thankful to be able to be mom again, to be able to be in the community again and volunteering and doing things like this and getting back to work and just living life again, because it was a very dark and a very long season that was not very good. And the hardest thing within those seasons is you don't know when it's going to end. If somebody says, just hold on for 4 years, I'm like, I got 4 years. But in the midst of it, you can't see the end, and that's what's so hard to, like, am I going to be able to make it?
And so I know I like that you mentioned that, because I know our viewers, and me including, we go through hardships, and, and I want you to kind of speak to them in a sense of, if they are going through a hardship, how can they cope with that, just based off experience that you experienced?
Well, I think the main thing, as we go through these things, I couldn't have done it without my community.
Okay.
But when you're in the midst of a trial and a hard place, that's not when you can say, hey, I need community. When you're not in the midst of that, you need to build that community. You need to go to that church. You need to have girlfriends that you hang out with, that that you know when those times come, I can depend on you to be by my side. And so I was just active in my community, active in my church, had a lot of friends. You know, of course, with 4 kids, you have all the parents of their, you know, those friends.
Yeah.
And so was very much knitted into my community. And then when our family needed that community at a very horrible time, everybody came out in droves, and we were so blessed by a wonderful community that just loved on us and kept being there time after time after time for us because we had so much need.
Wow. Well, I'm truly inspired. So I know this event will be more of that inspiration. And Ms. Cindy, thank you so much for even bringing this to light. I mean, this is awesome. And I think the community will definitely appreciate this. So thank you, ladies, so much for the information and sharing your story, being willing to share your story. And thank you for your time. So can you tell us again, I know that you mentioned the Mass Community Worship Choir, but I want you to kind of mention where people can locate you if they want to know more information.
We are located on Murray Avenue in Tifton, Georgia, and the event again is Thursday, February the 15th. It's doors open at 6. The event starts at 6:30. Looking for more. The choir's already got a lot of women, but we're looking for more women. We just want it to be so amazing. And best of all, I want you to hear Linda's story of resiliency and the fact that she went through, as she said, a dark time. I was with her through some of this, and I was actually at the hospital when she came in.
Wow.
And she's a rock star.
Yeah.
And
look at her. I mean, she's proof.
Even tell you
living proof.
How amazing. But I want other women to hear this. We need to encourage each other. They will be inspired by her story because she had her faith, she had her community.
That's right.
And she was able to just snatch her life back.
I love
you know,
that.
that's what I love. She snatched her life back, and she will forever be a rock star to me.
I love that. Well, God bless you, Miss Linda. And thank you, Miss Cindy, for joining me today. Well, listen, we'll have all that information posted on our website at waob.com. Thank you again, ladies, for joining me. And I'll see you all after the break.